haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now. We have new stories every day. Now let's go. The unexpected reunion. Jake and Anna had met 10 years ago at a mutual friend's party. She was the life of the event, laughing, dancing with a spirit that seemed to light up the room. Jake, in contrast, was more reserved, observing everything with a quiet smile. Somehow, amidst the chaos of the evening, they found themselves huddled in a corner, talking about everything from movies to their most embarrassing childhood memories. There was a spark, an instant connection, and from that moment on, their lives were intertwined. The first few years of their marriage were blissful. They settled into a beautiful home, had 2 adorable kids, and even got a dog. They enjoyed the small things: Sunday morning pancakes, spontaneous movie nights, and occasional weekends away from the kids. Jake loved Anna, and she seemed to feel the same way. At least that's what he thought. Asterisk, asterisk, when the past came knocking, asterisk, asterisk. It all started innocuously enough. Anna had bumped into her ex Tom while out with friends. It was one of those coincidences that seemed harmless on the surface, but carried the weight of 1,000 unspoken emotions. Tom was charming and charismatic, the kind of man who always knew how to say just the right thing. A few conversations turned into coffee dates, then dinners. Anna told herself that they were just catching up, nothing wrong with 2 old friends having a chat, right? But something in Anna had been restless for a while. She had everything she could ask for: an adoring husband, beautiful children, a stable life. But part of her missed the unpredictability of her youth. Tom offered that spark, that rush of excitement that had long since faded from her marriage. The coffee dates soon turned into secret rendezvous, and what started as a rekindled friendship evolved into a passionate affair that spanned several years. Jake's first clue. Jake never suspected a thing at first. Why would he? Anna was always careful, never stayed out late without an explanation, and made sure she never neglected her duties at home. But as time went on, there were small changes, too subtle to pinpoint at first, but enough to unsettle him. She started wearing the perfume he hadn't seen her use in years, talking more animatedly about things Jake wasn't a part of. And there were the frequent girls' nights out that left her returning home later and later. It was Jake's best friend, Mark, who first raised the alarm. He had noticed Anna and Tom together at a cafe one afternoon. It looked innocent enough, Mark admitted, but it wasn't the first time I saw them there. Mark's tone was hesitant, as if he wasn't sure whether he should be sharing this at all. I just thought you should know, Jake. Jake brushed it off at first. Anna would never do something like that. She loved him. But now the seed of doubt was planted, and he found himself watching her more closely, looking for signs that he wasn't sure he wanted to find. The day everything changed. Mark's tip proved invaluable. On a Thursday afternoon, Jake decided to leave work early and head to the cafe where Mark had seen Anna and Tom before. His hands trembled as he parked his car across the street, his mind racing with questions. What if Mark was right? What if Anna had been lying to him for years? Jake spotted them almost immediately. They were sitting at a table near the window, leaning in close, sharing what appeared to be an intimate conversation. Then, just as he was about to turn away and convince himself it was all a misunderstanding, Tom reached out and touched Anna's cheek. She didn't pull away. Instead, she smiled, a smile Jake hadn't seen in years. It felt as if the ground had been ripped from under him. Jake's world collapsed in an instant, and his first instinct was to storm in there and confront them. But something held him back. He needed more than just an impulsive outburst. He needed answers. That night, Anna came home as if nothing had happened. "Hey, honey," she said cheerily, kissing Jake on the cheek. He stood there stiffly, his expression betraying nothing of the anger that seethed inside him. "How was your day?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. "Oh, same old," she replied. "Busy day at the office, then I met up with Julie for coffee." He couldn't help it, his tone dripped with sarcasm. "Julie, huh? The same Julie you met last week? You seem to be spending a lot of time together these days." Anna froze, then turned to face him with a hint of confusion. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Nothing," Jake said, the bitter smile on his face saying otherwise. "Just noticed you've been pretty social lately." "Jake, if you have something to say, just say it," Anna snapped, her voice rising. "Fine," he replied, finally letting the words fly out. "I know about Tom." The color drained from her face. For a moment, there was complete silence, then a quiet whisper from Anna. "What do you mean?" "I saw you, Anna, at the cafe," he said, the hurt unmistakable in his voice. "And Mark saw you there before, too. Don't bother denying it." Anna opened her mouth, but no words came out. She didn't know how to explain herself or if there was any explanation that would matter. Tears welled up in her eyes, and she stammered, "Jake, it wasn't." "It wasn't what?" "It wasn't real. It didn't mean anything." He interrupted, laughing bitterly. "Do you have any idea what it's like to watch the woman you love, the mother of your children, share a moment like that with someone else? Where do we go from here?" The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of arguments, tears, and failed attempts at reconciliation. Anna tried to explain herself, how she never intended to hurt him, how she got caught up in the past and forgot about the present. But nothing she said could erase the betrayal Jake felt. The trust had been shattered, and even if they managed to patch things up on the surface, deep down he would always wonder if it would happen again. In the end, it was Anna who made the decision. "Maybe it's best if I move out for a while," she said one evening, her voice cracking. "Give us some space to figure things out." Jake didn't argue. He had nothing left to say.